Hey folks, Redneck Reloader here. Thanks for joining me today for another bullet review video. Before we get to the review, I want to just go over a couple things quickly because I've gotten some great feedback on these reviews and seen a lot of comments, and I read every one of them. And actually, this video today is actually coming out of a result of one of the comments I received. But if you haven't watched my other bullet review videos, I touched on this early on, but I don't review it every time, so I'm going to go over it again. The reason I'm doing these reviews is most of my subscribers are either new or kind of novice reloaders. And one thing I noticed when I first started reloading, I tried a lot of different types of bullets, and some of them worked good, some of them didn't, some of them worked with my gun, some didn't. So I like to try a lot of different things. And a lot of the bullet manufacturers only sell in larger quantities. So I didn't want to buy, for example, I bought one 9mm bullet, and I made a video on this. They just would not shoot straight out of my guns. The bullets looked fine, but they tumbled really bad. And I tried different, lower charges, higher charges, different guns, and they just tumble. So I bought 100 of them and eventually shot through them all, just trying them out. But if I'd bought 500 of them, what a waste to just have them sitting here that I couldn't really use them. So I like to get smaller quantities. And a lot of companies don't offer that, but some do. So my idea of doing these bullet reviews is I get bullets from companies that will sell in smaller quantities, usually around 100 pieces. Some of them offer what they call, like sample packs, which are actually by so many pounds, and it usually comes out to more like 150, depending on the bullet. So I get a lot of feedback. People say, well, you should check this company out or check out that company. And I may very well get to them one of these days. But a lot of those companies don't offer the smaller quantities, and that's why I don't do them. So I'll just give an example. One was the blue bullets. I've had people say, hey, check out blue bullets. I've got blue bullets over here in my drawer. I shoot them myself, but they don't sell in smaller quantities. I want to say, I think they sell in 250 pieces. Don't quote me on that if I'm wrong. But there for a while with COVID, they weren't even doing that. It was like 500-piece orders, and that's what I bought from them when I buy is 500. So, but I've used them before, and I know that they work good. So if you don't see your favorite company reviewed, stay tuned. You might, especially now. There's a few places. I've got some bullets over in the drawer. I'm going to shoot a couple more videos besides this one, hopefully this week. And they weren't available. They were sold out and I couldn't get them. But now they're getting back in stock so I can get them again. So now I can review them. They were one that I did. I shot a lot of their bullets, and they're ones that I worked with a lot initially. So I was really excited about doing them, but I just couldn't get anything from them for a long time. But now I can. So that's why I do these. Now, what I'm doing today, one thing I'm doing a little different, all my bullet reviews, I was trying to stick with kind of the same bullet to make a nice even comparison between them. So I was shooting 9mm and around 125 or 124 grain. I'm switching that up with this, starting with this video and some of the other ones I do. I'm going to start reviewing some 45 ACP bullets. And the reason for the change is because of the primer availability. I'm getting very low on small pistol primers, and I have quite a few large pistol primers. So in order to keep doing the reviews, I decided to switch it up, and you may see some 40 cal reviews because I've been cutting down 10mm cases and loading 40 cal, and I can use large primers with that as well. But for the next few videos I'm going to be doing, they're going to be 45 ACP bullets. So I figure you can still get a good look at the company and kind of their quality and stuff like that. The comparison is not going to quite be the same. I do, at the end of this, you'll see I do some shooting videos. I'm going to take the bullets out and shoot them, compare them to see how they do as far as accuracy and stuff goes, because that's really the most important thing. But with the 9mm, I always used that. I'd load 10, I'd shoot 5 out of the pistol and 5 out of a carbine, so you can kind of see how they do both. With the 45, I only have a pistol. I don't have a carbine, so those will just be shot out of the pistol. So got that housekeeping out of the way. So now let's move on to our review. I'm going to bring you in closer so you can see these bullets. This company I'm reviewing, I'd never heard of them before, and somebody put a comment on one of my other videos that I should check them out. And so I did, and they look like a good company, and it looks good so far, but I haven't opened the bag yet, so we'll look at them together. But I have no idea how to pronounce the name. It is, let me just look, and I'll get the spelling right. It's Ibejiheads. I'm assuming like Ibejiheads or Ibejiheads. I have no idea. I looked on their website. I thought there's got to be something behind that name because it's a very odd name. And so when I ordered these, I looked on their website and kind of looked like about the company and stuff. And I thought they might have said something like how they came up with their name or something. And there's nothing on there. So if anybody knows, you can put it down in the comments. Maybe help out some other people. But it's Ibejiheads. Ibejihead. Hell, I don't know. But that's who we're going to look at today. So let me get set up. We'll bring you in closer and we'll take a look at them. Okay, so these are the bullets we're looking at. And that's the name of the company. I'll let you figure out how to pronounce it, as I don't have any idea. But this is what I've got. These are 45 ACP. They're 230 grain and 100 pieces. And this is a round nose bullet with a lube groove in it. These are high-tech coated bullets. You can see they come packaged well. And one thing I was kind of surprised, it's not a big deal, but that's a really big bag for those. When I got the box, they were like rolling around like that in the box. I thought for sure the bag had broken open and they were going to come spilling out all over the place. But they seem to be packed well. These bullets, this is a 100 count sample pack. And the shipping is included on these. And this was $21, which is for sample packs, that's pretty good. Most of the sample pack bullets I get for around 100 all seem to be around the $20 to $25 range. So a fair price for those, for a sample pack. I don't know what their pricing is like on higher quantities, but I'm just comparing them to the other sample bags that I've gotten. So let's open this. I'm going to get a few of these out, and we'll take a closer look at them, see what the quality looks like. Just from the first glance, it seems to be good. And the shipping was real quick on these two. I think it took about a week, maybe 10 days for these to come in. So pretty good. They were pretty responsive. And initially, just pulling them out of the bag here and looking at them, the coating looks great. I'm back. Had a little technical difficulties. I've got a new camera. I'm kind of excited about this. It's a little bit better quality than the old one I had, but the focus seems a little odd on it. I was having some trouble. These are really good looking bullets, and I don't see any thin spots on the coating or anything. Actually, the coating looks pretty heavy. I assumed that these were high-tech coated, but to be honest with you, they might be powder coat because it seems like a little bit thicker coating than what I've seen on some other bullets, but they look like very, very good quality. So I'm kind of excited to load these up and shoot them. I wasn't loading round ball for a long time in my gun because it was having trouble with them, but kind of got that problem figured out, and so I'm kind of excited to load these up and shoot them. So initially the quality looks good on them. I will do a smash test. I always do a smash test on the other ones just to see how the coating holds up after I give it a whack. So let me get my hammer. I'll give one a whack and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so there's our smash bullet. I usually just take one and give it a whack with my sledgehammer. I don't try to beat it to death. But I don't have my sledgehammer right now. It's out. Unfortunately, I forgot I'd done some work on the car. And don't have my sledgehammer with me. So I had to take a smaller hammer and whack it a couple of times. But same effect. You can see some bear up there, but I think that's just where the hammer scraped it. I don't see any flaking or anything around the coating, like right around the edge where I banged it. The coating hasn't flaked off or anything. It seems nice and thick and to have adhered well. So it looks like a very good quality coating. I don't see any bare spots on any of these bullets. So very good coverage and stuff. So far I've been impressed with these guys. Looks like pretty good bullets. I'm going to go ahead and load some up. And what I'm going to do is load 10 bullets. And I'm going to be using tight group. And the charge and stuff doesn't really matter with these, but I am kind of doing the same on all of them. So I'll tell you it's going to be 4.2 grains of tight group. So I've already got my cases sized and primed. So I'm going to shut the camera off. I'm going to get some powder on in these, and then I'm going to start loading them, and I'll come back in, kind of let you know how the loading process is going and stuff, and then we'll take these up and shoot them. Okay, so here's one of the bullets I'm working on. I've got them all powder charged and primed, and I'm just seating them right now. I'm going to crimp in a separate step. I always do that, especially with coated bullets, just to try to keep from shaving any lead and have any problems. I just feel that works better. So I just want to show you, I put a pretty generous bell on these case mouth, and usually when I put these kind of bullets in, I bell it enough that I can push them in pretty much to the beginning of the loop groove, if they have a loop groove in, just to kind of give you an idea of how far I'm able to just push it in by hand. You know, it goes in there pretty far. So I put a pretty generous amount of bell on all these coated bullets that I load, and that seems to work pretty good for me. So so far, no surprises. I'm not shaving any lead or anything. They're loading in fine. They don't seem to be swelling the cases up or anything. The sizing also seems to be good. And you can see when I seat them, we're not shaving any lead off or anything when they go in. And so I'm going to go ahead and seat the rest of these. Then I'll have to go through and take the bell out. And see what I'm doing here. I'm working on taking the bell out, and it's going good. And the case gauge, you can see that with a bell that's not dropping in, it won't pass the plunk test. So now I'm going to go ahead and crimp it, and I am using a factory crimp die for this. I don't usually use that. Actually, the only one I have is 445 ACP. I just happen to have it, so I use it, but it's not necessary. But that's after the crimp, and now you can see drops in, plunks in, comes out nicely. I'm just using my gauge today. I didn't take my barrel out to come out here and do this, but so far these bullets seem great. I don't see any problem with them at all. I would definitely use them again. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish all these up, and then next time I come back, we will take these out and shoot them, and we'll kind of see how they do with accuracy and how they perform in the gun. I'm up here at my shooting spot. We're going to shoot these, I don't know, Ibejihead bullets. Might be a little loud. There's a log truck over there turning around. But what I'm going to do is I've got these 10 Ibejihead bullets loaded up with 5 Federal aluminum case factory rounds. And what I'm going to do with this target, the bottom target, I'm going to shoot the 5 times with the aluminum case factory ammo. And then the top target, I'm going to shoot with the Ibejiheads. And I should be able to, if the Ibejihead is as accurate as factory ammo, I should kind of hold a similar group. So I backed up 7 yards. I'm going to go get set up. We're going to shoot them. We're going to see how we do. So first I'm going to do the factory, and then I'm going to do the Ibejihead on top. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. You can see how I did with the factory and with the Ibejiheads. considering it's like freezing up here and my hands are cold. That little bit of opening up is probably just me. I'm pretty satisfied with that. I mean, easily I can cover that with the palm of my hand. So Ibejihead bullets, I've been very impressed with them. Price is right, quality looks great, they're accurate. I would certainly buy them again, so I definitely give them a good thumbs up, and I'm gonna get off here and warm up. See y'all.